Matt Rampart here. I just want to let you guys know that this is our new podcast setup. I built this table with my bare hands and no plans. A little sweat, blood, and tears, and a piece of metal to my eye that actually burnt me right here. And it hurts. But other than that, we're good.
True.
It's all a true story.
I thought there was going to be a segment about the table, and we just went straight into it.
Well,
yep. Clay couldn't wait on us talking about it.
They just tuned in, and they were like, this looks different.
Yeah, dude. Let Clay tell you about it. Here we go.
Episode 7.
So we Googled podcast tables, which turns out to be very expensive, about $2,500 minimum, up to $15,000 if you're a psychopath or Joe Rogan. And so I took it upon myself to build this, and it worked. You know, and I kind of have an analogy for it. You know, when you're in math class and you have a problem and you're solving it. And you're very confident. You're like, oh man. And like you do this whole equation, even though you really don't know what the equation is. And then you get the answer. It's one of the answers, A, B, C, or D. You don't have multiple choice in England though, do you?
Yes.
You do? Oh, I didn't think you did.
Wait, you only gave me one question.
No, but so I thought, you know how you do it, and it's so easy, and you're like, oh, this is super easy. And then you answer, but you got it wrong. Well, I got it right.
Yeah.
You did a very good job.
Yeah. And if Clay could have waited, we were going to talk, Ben and I were going to sing praises, and we still are. Clay did an outstanding job on this. Built it from scratch.
I think honestly the biggest highlights of this table were the sanding and the initial painting, which Brett and I did. But
I sanded.
Clay did a really good job. Yeah. Genuinely.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It's a little sticky.
Put a price on it.
It's a little sticky.
Put a price on what would you sell something like this for?
Oh God. Well, it cost about $550 to $600
in hardware.
$7,000.
So then my time is worth a lot. So at least like $9,000.
Yeah. Hey,
bargain.
Yeah, and it took me a day actually. So I mean, realistically, $1,500 maybe.
Honestly, I think it looks great, and I'm super proud. And we're so happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm very proud. And
I'm no longer slouched.
Literally had no plans and just bought a bunch of wood. This is pretty impressive, dude.
Copied a couple of designs offline.
Yeah, but I mean,
well, it's like it's the facing each other part that it was hard, and this angle.
Yeah.
But I did accidentally. So I confessed something to Brett, but not to you.
Oh.
So his hole for the cords.
Yeah.
Go on about my hole.
As soon as I went to go drill it, where did I come? Right here. I drilled that hole first, and then because I thought, I mean, you sit facing the table. So then I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drill holes for all of us, so it looks like I did it on purpose.
Well, it's fine.
Well, we're not all gonna have holes.
No, we all have holes.
Were we not gonna have holes?
No, we weren't.
Well, I wanted a hole.
No, we needed a holes.
Here's the deal: you have one here, and one here. No one would have noticed.
No, it was a good accident
because of
we needed the
board.
Holes.
Yeah. Also, can you hand me Tupac? He should be on my side.
Tupac, no. If anybody doesn't know where the Tupac No comes from, that is from Ali G, the movie, classic. The original movie. If you haven't seen it, YouTube that scene. I'm not going to talk about it on air because it's bad.
Yeah.
I love the table. Great work on it. The people listening to this and not being able to see the video will be, I'm sure, very curious. So then at some point, get online and check it out.
Head over to YouTube's, dude.
Yeah.
Or post a picture of it.
Did a really good job. It does smell like polyurethane, but I think that will go in time.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember in high school when they used to redo the basketball gym floor?
We didn't have basketball in England.
Oh, that's right.
Was that a multiple choice? We didn't have that in school.
Dude, what was it like growing up in a cave, dude?
Did you have multiple choice? Because I had a friend from Sweden, and he said in Sweden they did not have multiple choice.
Hold up. Not the same place.
Yeah. Not the same place.
I know.
But also, if you'd asked me that question to be funny, you should have said, did you have multiple choice in England? Yes, no, maybe possibly.
Yeah.
And then I would have gone, I don't know how to answer that.
Or not applicable.
But did you?
Yes.
Okay.
he's like, I'm not being funny. I need to know.
Well, because I found out after that a lot of Europe doesn't have, it's all fill in the blank or like, which is, that's why they're smarter than us in some aspects.
You sound like you're from London.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I spoke to one of my friends today who lives in Australia. Grew up with him in England.
Yes.
A very good friend of mine, Mr.
Yes.
Ben Smith. And that's his real name. And
No, it's not.
he listened to the podcast earlier. And he listened to our announcement earlier for our giveaway, which we'll talk about briefly in a bit.
Yes.
And he said, you sound really posh. And I thought, there's no way. I've lived in America for 10 plus years now. I don't sound posh.
What does
But apparently
posh
I
mean?
do.
What does posh mean?
Posh Spice? Or?
Posh, like snobby.
Yeah.
But like in a nice way.
Well,
Proper.
I don't know how he could say that in a nice way because it sounds absolutely. If somebody told me that, I would be absolutely upset.
Yeah.
You
You
sound-
sound snobby.
No. Proper. I don't know. But I do think that I listen to myself and I still think I've got a bit of an American twang, but I guess not.
You do
So-
a little bit. You do. I catch it every now and then.
Depends on what I'm saying.
But equally, I catch sometimes some extreme British accents coming out. But in the same breath, you say things sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that sounded natural.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, talking about giveaways, we did just touch base on that real quickly.
Give it away now.
For anyone that is dialing in the week that we did the giveaway, you still have a chance. Today, we did a giveaway. It went live at 5 p.m. this afternoon, Eastern time.
Yep.
We've given you guys 7 days to get onto YouTube, watch the video of us talking about the Sterling timepiece watch, the
Yes.
Campbell.
Yep.
And all you need to do is a couple of things, and that was like us on Instagram,
Correct.
like Sterling timepieces on Instagram,
Correct.
go over to YouTube,
Correct.
comment, subscribe,
Subscribe.
and then comment done.
Yes.
Correct. It's very
It's
simple.
so easy.
And already, guys, you're messing it up. we've been live for like 2 hours, and you're already messing it up. Simple rules. We're giving away money. Just follow the rules, dude.
Money, but
Well,
I mean, you could sell it and then you'd have physical
valuable
money.
valuable
It's
stuff.
a $400 watch. It's good to watch, but also an
1
Arc
minute
Division
video.
barrel as well, which is
That's true.
and that's just for a runner-up.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's,
runner-up gets
that
a barrel.
That is literally just because you're tagging your friends.
And if you don't want the barrel, sell it.
And here's the deal. When we ask you to tag, we don't need you to tag ESPN. We need you to tag your homies to follow us. Listen, guys, we want to give back to the people who watch us, but obviously we need more followers. So that's the goal.
We need them.
Okay?
We
so
need to monetize.
ESPN is not going to follow us. So stop doing that. Tag Jeffrey, not ESPN. Okay?
I tagged
Come on.
Britney Spears
Look at the
earlier,
party,
and that
party,
was on the off chance that she does respond, and she follows. And if she follows, and I don't think she will, but
Yeah.
watch is up there. You guys got 7 days. Do all those things. And hey, the last time we did a giveaway, an awful lot of people said done, and guess what? We looked, and you didn't subscribe. You were lying to us.
you're a liar.
Yeah.
So this time, subscribe. That's the biggest thing for us. But it's not only that. We want you guys to watch.
Yeah, we
and-
want
and
you
listen.
to watch. Yeah.
And if you're only here for the watch and you don't care the podcast, go away.
But it is very cool to be in a position to ask people to watch us and also be able to give back.
Yeah, and the guys at Sterling allowed us to do that. We
Yeah.
reached out because we
Good
do a lot
people.
of their work.
Yeah.
And they sent a $400 watch.
Solid company, solid product.
Yeah.
And we mentioned earlier on, and genuinely, those watches aren't even in stock. They go online on their website and they sell out immediately. And just today, we did a limited edition, one of their watches with Kilo Tactical.
Yep.
And that watch, again, I think sells for like $500. On eBay, they're going for like $900 right now.
Yeah, you can't
That's
get your hands on
insane.
them. Yeah.
No.
So-
we have one.
A watch is out there.
So suck it.
It's
That is out there.
We should definitely can we play that video? The video we did, the teaser one?
Yep.
Spin the teaser for Kilo Tactical and
Pause.
Sterling timepieces.
See what we do for a living.
We're back in the room.
And we're back.
so great.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sterling.
Outstanding.
It's true. And to know their story too. Like, I don't, not to keep going on about it, but
Please keep on.
like the way they operate and in the way that, it's a very natural company. Hard work goes into it. It's not, it's not a generic mass produced product. And Ben would can probably tell you better than I can, but owned by.
As far as I'm aware, the guys over there are still active military.
Yeah.
So when we don't hear from them for a set amount of time, it's because they are doing their work.
Yep.
And like you said, limited run. So stuff like that's so cool. When stuff isn't mass produced and it's not coming in from Alibaba or something like that.
Yeah.
Because
it's like every product is produced with passion. I mean, and yeah. So I think that's very cool too.
That one shoot we did with the ghillie suit.
Oh yeah, that was
a lot of fun.
That was fun.
I was going to tell a funny story.
Yeah. And then we have that new one that hasn't come out yet, and we can't talk about it. But we have a shoot coming up that we're going to do for a new release for a new watch for them, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, that is.
And it's going to be. We've been wanting to do a shoot like this. We kind of did a passion project shoot like this, and now we get to do it for real. So that's always great.
Good people. Anyway, thank you to those guys.
Thanks.
Moving on. Okay, released this week was Warzone 2.0. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because we did some tests earlier on in the week using specific hashtags when we did some reels on YouTube.
Yes.
And one of them was Warzone 2.0 ecology, blah, 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 blah. And that video went a little bit crazy. I mean, for our numbers,
us, yeah. But
72. No, I'm joking. It did really well. So obviously that's a massive thing at the moment. But real briefly, we've all been playing this, and how funny is that proximity chat?
Yeah,
I haven't actually. We are usually in our own private party chat, so we don't really.
Doesn't matter anymore. Private chat doesn't matter anymore.
They can still hear us.
Oh yeah,
but we can't hear them.
Yeah. So last night I'm playing. Oops. Last night I'm playing with my brother-in-law, and we were in a private chat, and we heard that there were some people near us. I heard some people talking, and I was like, dude, do you reckon they can hear us? And this guy was like, hell yeah, I can hear you, dude. I was like, uh-oh, run.
Wait a minute. So you're in a private chat.
Yeah. Yep.
You're saying this, they responded?
You cannot switch off. The setting is locked out right now.
Wow. Well,
I'm going to prison. I'm going to prison.
Well,
now, I could be wrong, but this guy was responding to me, and I definitely had it. I thought I had everything switched off and had it in party chat. So for anyone that doesn't know what that is, go for it.
Yeah.
Well, that might be your setting of because you're on.
They could
PC.
hear everyone in the team potentially.
Okay.
Well, for anyone that doesn't know what that is, literally in this game, you're running around against 100 people or something like that, and if you get close to the enemy on the game, they can hear your microphones as if you were in the room with them.
Yeah.
So people are literally robbing people on the game.
Give me all your money.
It's kind of funny.
It's been we talked about that 3 or 4 episodes ago. I got an Xbox again. We've been playing, and it's been freaking fun.
Yeah, we're grown kids.
Our wives are so happy.
Yeah, dude.
Lindsay's like, hey, you want to watch Yellowstone tonight? I'm like, yeah, after I game. 11 o'clock rolls around, she's asleep.
She's KO'd.
Boom, dude. Problem solved itself.
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I still think we should start streaming that, but
well, Clay, that brings up a good point. We should start streaming, but
we gotta just watch our mouths.
Nope, your mouth. Clay gets a little bit handsy in the comments, as they say.
Whoa.
Well, but we're
gonna party.
It's between us though.
We're gonna party.
So I get wild, but it's.
But
not, I'm not talking to other people. But if we go live and you guys are talking to those people,
yeah, dude, gets a little bit scary sometimes.
We've even said that we wanted to do this live.
Yeah,
that would be dangerous.
No, I feel like from the last 5 episodes, there's very few things, or last 6. There's very things we've actually had to cut.
I think if we all knew that red light in front of us was filming us right now, and everyone was watching us,
watch our
all
mouths
7 people, we'd probably be a little bit more timid.
Well, we still do. Well, listen. I've had to edit most of them, Clay, so no wonder you're not worried about it.
I've edited a bunch of them.
Yeah, you have. I'm not saying you don't edit. I'm just saying
you guys have done a really good job of editing.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
But yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, there was one that we had to cut some stuff, but it was because we talked about people locally that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't lawsuits and things, but it's fine.
I mean, it was true, but
they were true. They were just not provable, and
it has to be provable.
It has to be provable. So we don't.
Well, that is evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Good times.
It's true.
Yeah.
No,
all right.
Well,
Brett. I mean, excuse me. I have a problem with calling them by the wrong name, and I thought it was just isolated to them.
How long have you known us?
I thought it was just isolated to you, but I've been doing it to a lot of people lately. Not even you guys, and so I think I'm just dyslexic with names.
No, I don't
And if
think
you
that's
are,
how
we're here to
dyslexia
support you.
works, but
Well, just names.
Yeah.
Well, we have other things that are weird in our habits in our group. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
going to assume you go with that one being true.
Strange.
okay, good. Okay, well, that's that's fine. All right.
Goodness
All
gracious.
right, what do you want to talk about over here, Ben?
Today I wanted to talk about torture. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought, what greater way than...
See you guys.
No,
Well, our first experiment today is going to be utilizing Brit on a stretcher.
I think the best is watching Ben squirm when I Google things because I just don't care. So we were talking about something we want to film that may or may not have some sort of torture in it. And so I just Googled best torture. And Ben was like, well,
No,
You're
there's
on a
certain
list.
things you don't Google. And one of them is how to torture someone or the best ways to torture someone.
You're on a list.
So you did
no,
it.
but I'm doing it. It's research.
Wait, so he does it, and then he emails it to me and says,
did.
"This is," and then the title says,
for
"This
your
is for your project." Didn't have a project, just wanted to talk about it on here.
Yeah. This is for your after school project.
So I'm
Extracurricular.
gonna just. I don't even want to ask you guys how you'd want to torture someone. That's pretty bad.
Yep.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna briefly go over a couple of ways that people have tortured people in the past,
Weed whacker and salt.
and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
Weed whacker and salt.
Now, for anyone listening,
That's Clayton.
there's going to be 15 of these. So if you're bored, if you don't want to hear about torture, I don't know, skip 20 minutes.
5, 10
Well,
minutes.
listen, we're probably going to go through these pretty quickly.
Yeah, let's get to them quick.
All right. So first up,
Number 15.
number 15, the upright jerker. The upright
Excuse me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You heard it right. If you came here for torture stories, you're in the right place. This one's called the upright jerker.
This doesn't sound like torture to me.
This
No,
sounds
it
like-
will be because it's a guy
This sounds like
with a
Clay.
mask on.
torture.
This sounds like Clay's Tuesday night.
rough hands. He's got rough hands and wearing leather.
Jeez. All right.
All right. The upright jerker was an interesting twist on a classic execution method. Hanging, while it's in a true standby all around the world, leaves much to the desired in terms of effectiveness. Right. Depending on the weight of the person, rope and trapdoor, and numerous other factors, it can be a very slow or awkward way to die. I think this is really talking about hanging itself. It's called an upright jerker. The upright jerker was a modified hanging system that used heavy weights and pulleys to quickly jerk the command into the air. So it basically catapults you up. It was hoped that this would be a more effective way to break the neck quickly, but it didn't always work as planned.
Okay, so yeah, let me give a little insight on this. This is poorly named because I was expecting something way different. But yeah, I mean, me pass. If I was torturing,
Oh, you don't do that one?
No, I would
do
pass.
that one. That doesn't sound like torture.
That's too. First
That's
of all,
not torture.
too much-
That's murder.
That's too much work on your end.
That's not, dude.
That's too much work
Well,
on
that's
your
to
end.
hang somebody. That's not torture.
Yeah, but dude, that's too much work. You got to get the pulley system set up.
But yeah,
Nah,
but like
pass.
waterboarding, torture. Like that's torture.
Well, we might get to that.
That's
Well,
murder.
Guys,
actually-
hang on. 1 of 15. If you think that's wild, just wait.
Go to the next one.
Yeah. Next.
Pass.
This one I think is quite lazy. It's just named fooling. For what's the first thing that comes to mind when someone wrongs you? Throw them off a cliff. This has been a simple solution to unwanted nuisances for centuries. While it's largely fallen out of fashion, Iran still employs the method for state executions. So in Iran, they don't think chair, electric injection, firing squad. They go, chuck them off a cliff, mate.
Yeah.
I like it. That's
Well,
easy, simple.
Probably not said like
There's a
that.
cleanup.
Well, no, it's like, dude, it's not even cleanup. Like, have you seen Yellowstone? They just take them to the train station, throw them off a cliff.
Train
They don't
station.
even go.
Choo choo, bitch.
Choo choo. They just throw them off the cliff, dude, and then they don't get the bodies. They don't go. There's no cleanup.
Is there a spectator thing for that? Because I think in a lot of these places, like Iran, there's a spectating. Maybe not.
No clue.
All right, guys, 13th on the list.
Would be difficult to do. In
I'm going to
Florida.
plow some through some of these because, I don't want people to get
It
bored.
would be difficult to do that one in Florida, though.
It would be. Well, so with this one. Crushed by elephant.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? I'm a little short on elephants. So we're gonna.
Can we just skip that?
Yeah.
That
You don't want to hear about this one?
Oh,
I
okay,
guess
well,
I think I
go
can
for
figure it out.
Well, guessing. All right. Ling Chi.
Yep.
Ling Chi,
I know
also
her.
known as
Easy.
slow slicing or death by 1,000 cuts, was a method of torturous execution practiced in China. The condemned was tied to a post and bits of skin and limbs were gradually removed one by one, usually culminating in a final cut to the heart or decapitation.
Wow.
See,
It was used as early as the 10th century.
that's torture.
Yeah, that.
But guys, it was banned in 1905.
Wow. At least it's recent.
That one's a horrible one.
Yeah.
That would not be my way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
No,
I wouldn't like to be kicked.
I wouldn't like to be
cliff
tortured
either,
at
but-
all. I'd give you all the information you want. I'd be like, it was Ben.
Yeah.
Brett.
Yeah. If somebody was like, "Hey, my intentions are to torture you," we're going to be performing Ling Chi. I would say.
It's like I come up on stage. Performing next on the main stage, the lovely Ling Chi.
Yeah. And but I would be like, what's that? Well, we're going to cut you into little pieces. Okay, well, just say that. It's not Ling Chi. Just say, I'm going to cut you. Okay.
If you don't like the idea of that one, maybe you'll like the idea of this one.
Probably
and
not.
it's called keel hauling.
Excuse me. Say it again.
Keel hauling.
Keel. Like a boat keel.
Keel on a boat.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're pulling somebody
sorry.
on the bottom of a boat.
Keel hauling.
There you go. American Ben.
Keel hauling was a type of punishment specifically for sailors, dreamt up by the Dutch Navy in the late 16th century. This is horrible.
The Dutch made that up.
Yeah,
huh?
the Dutch.
Okay.
Offenders were tied with rope and dragged underwater from one end of the ship to the other, while many died from the practice due to drowning or internal injuries. In theory, it wasn't always meant to be fatal. As a bonus, there's a bonus. Men who were always punished by keel hauling were often cut mercilessly by barnacles on the ship's bottom and carried the scars with them for life if they lived.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, good. That's
Welcome
not getting
to keel
I'm going to be
That's
honest.
not
though,
getting infected.
So far, that's probably the one that I'd want.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Dragging through water,
I like the
unable to
ocean.
breathe.
Well, what was dude? So when this was invented, they didn't have motors.
Well, I don't.
You're gonna sail fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think this was? Like, they're pulling behind a yacht. Like
I know, but so what's the max speed on a sailboat?
I mean, you can go
Probably pretty
quick.
fast.
Yeah, I mean, like you can go like 20 knots.
oh, dude, way faster than
dropping knowledge.
Oh, good for you.
Well, speaking American, Clay.
Well, 25 miles per hour.
Just kidding.
1.3 knots per mile per hour.
This one was used in a movie, and I want to say it was maybe Gone in 60 Seconds or Fast and the Furious or something like that.
Either one
Rat
terrible, but go ahead.
torture.
Rat torture, yeah.
Rat torture apparently lives on in the minds of creative types.
It was Fast and the Furious.
People like us. And it has been featured. Oh, hey guys, how do you know that I didn't read this earlier?
Yeah.
As featured in films like Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, knew that.
Ben looked at it earlier, guys. Hey, guess what it was in?
And
that
Game
I'm
of Thrones.
surprised. Yep. Okay. There it is. I was going to say I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that, but the bastard Bolton did that too.
He was a mean
Yep.
man.
Yep.
I think that one would be pretty horrible. They take a bucket, they put a rat inside, they heat the bucket up. The rat's got nowhere to go other than straight into the body.
Yep.
Sorry for that noise. That probably sounded horrible on your speakers.
That was not that bad.
This one is tragic. The others weren't.
Okay.
Execution vans.
Excuse me?
Oh, we read this the one we read.
China has made capital punishment shockingly effective. In a little surprise, it's a little surprise, really, considering that China conducts most of their executions per year of any in any country in the world. A variety of crimes are punishable by death, including tax fraud, arson, and prostitution. Sorry, Clay.
Jeez. Which one?
Prostitution.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Many executions in China are now performed in mobile execution units, vans that are equipped with restraints and drugs necessary for lethal injection. Could you imagine?
Get him.
Beep, beep.
Pull him in.
Who's that outside? It's a white van. It's got
execution
executioner
van,
written on it.
Jesus, run, guys.
Dude, the vans, which look like typical police vans, have been on the road for about a decade. There are dozens of them all over the country, dispensing lethal justice closer to the scenes of crimes.
Jesus,
dude.
Gosh. Hey, guess what else is punishable by death over there?
What?
Being a boy, I think, right?
No, being a girl.
Being a girl?
Yeah, it's
What?
like yeah. You can only have like one girl or something. They're kids.
Is it girls?
Even nowadays, I think they got away with that.
Yeah. Is it? No, I think it might be boys. You're right. I think they want more girls. Or,
Yeah, because there's
and they
two.
throw some. I don't know. It's one of them. They throw them off a cliff.
Yep.
They do. Well, that's what they used to.
No,
do.
they have these vans.
No, they go to number one and throw them off a cliff or two, whatever.
Goodness
All right,
gracious.
skip to the-
We'll
skip to
skip.
the,
Okay, well, this one sounds fun.
Yeah, that's a long bit right here.
This one's called white torture.
Well, let's skip that one.
Not what you think it is.
Oh.
While the term white torture can mean any physical, can't read, psychological torture in general, the meaning here is more literal. White torture is a type of sensory deprivation
Yep.
in which a prisoner's cell, clothes, and even food are entirely white. Guards wear all white, lights are all kept on 24 hours a day, and no words are spoken. No color is seen. It was documented in the case of Amir Farquhar, who was arrested in his native Iran and subjected to white torture for some 8 months in 2004. While the physical pain of the sensory deprivation is minimal compared to the tortures on the list, the psychological damage is beyond comparable. That sounds absolutely terrible.
And racist.
I don't know, man.
Well, I don't like that. Well, we're just going to skip straight to the first one, to the number one,
Yeah.
Number
on
one,
this
yep.
list, guys.
Good.
Hey, read that word to me. Scaphism? Okay, guys, scaphism was one of the worst and most painful skin-crawling methods of torture. It was described by the Greeks as a punishment used by the Persians, and if they were to be believed, those Persians were insane. In this form of execution, the accused was trapped between two boats or in a hollowed-out tree trunk and force-fed milk and honey. Okay, that part doesn't sound so bad, but the milk and honey diet eventually caused horrible diarrhea, which stayed within the wooden enclosure. The unfortunate condemned was smeared with more milk and honey and left out in the sun or near still water, where bugs would be attracted to the muck and rot in sweetness. The person would inevitably die either of dehydration, exposure, or bite and sting wounds.
Yeah, that's torture.
That's horrible.
That's torture right there.
Throw me off the cliff.
Drag me 25 knots through some water. Pass. Sign me up for this.
Dude.
Here's milk and honey and rot in this box where insects are going to come.
Imagine that, though. Well, guess what, Mr. Bullman? We're going to torture you. Oh, yeah? What are you going to do? Bring in the milk and the honey. You're like that. Oh, don't be silly.
Yeah.
This isn't torture. I love honey.
Yeah.
And
on my
milk.
Cheerios.
And milk.
And then they're like, no, you need to eat this. And you're like, well, feed me up.
Yeah.
Little do you know.
Just keeps coming.
Poop is coming.
Yeah.
Also, why am I in this wooden tree?
Excuse me.
All trees are wooden, but why am I in this tree?
Excuse me, are you constipated? We're going to put you on a diet of milk and honey to get that poop moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outrageous.
See, here's what I think torture is. Like, get at the top of a hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take the person, put chains on their legs and arms, and then, so you have a pitch, you have a peak, and then attach the chains to two vehicles, and then start to let them idle, and then they come down the hill.
That's nice.
Anyway,
Wait, like
keep going.
Like if like when they're people are quartered,
like if they're chained,
yeah, and the car separates them.
yeah, yeah,
Do you know what hung, drawn, and quartered is?
no,
So so this happened to William Wallace,
Oh, yeah.
where they will hang you,
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
you, and then they cut they quarter your body.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And then in England,
Saying
what they would do?
quartered.
Oh my god,
Yeah, quarter.
quartered, hung, drawn, and quartered.
Sorry, you sound silly.
Yeah,
And they would take all four quarters and send them to the furthest points of that country. So in England, they'd send them to like the furthest. Or, I think that's a waste of time because you're already dead. And at that
that's
point,
too
what
much
does it
work.
matter? The guy's dead. It's like, he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
I would want them to know
yeah,
Yeah. Cut his arms off while he's alive.
yeah.
and take him with you to drop him off.
Take
there.
his head around
See
and
where
just
this
show
one
where
is
it's going.
What happens when we get to the fourth one? Cliff. That's
Actually,
a cliffhanger.
Falling.
Theoretically, you could probably get the arms and legs off without him dying.
This is dark.
Yeah.
and then
No, it'd be pretty. I mean, you'd probably die pretty quick.
one at a time, real slowly.
Especially back in the
Let
day.
it heal up.
Now there'd be really good medicine for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Okay, so and back to it. It's Ben and Clay Crane.
yeah. I forget what this one is. Hang on.
You blew it!
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Woo! Okay, so yes, hung, drawn, quartered. Back to it. Sorry, if you just saw that there was a cut there, it's because someone needed a bathroom break.
No.
From all the honey and milk.
Yeah.
No, we're not cutting that out. It's too much goodness.
Consistently
Somebody
my
else
diet.
watching this has seen that guy, and they're like, "You're not that guy."
Just don't laugh at that guy.
Is this the same guy that picked his cat up and?
He didn't pick up
He
anything.
doesn't pick up anything.
Oh. Some could say that was a.
Biggest cats up.
He's got no arms
Oh. Some could
He's
say.
being quartered.
and no legs. He's being quartered.
Some could say that's a slam dunk.
This definitely isn't airing now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Dude, I like having the board in front of me. So
I just love this whole layout. Honestly, it feels very professional, but I feel like I'm giving a news report.
And I
so
can see you guys
in
so
the news
well.
now.
Yeah, I feel like you see you so well.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you we reached out to that girl in Fiverr.
Yeah, what a dumb idiot.
Yeah, the newscaster,
yeah.
that one that we were like, yeah, she seems like
Yeah.
a good one for what we need. And I gave her like a brief. I was like, we need this for this reason. It was very, very PG. And she goes, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that.
I mean, what a dummy. We were ready to pay you money to read something for a movie.
Yeah.
And then you're not comfortable with it, Susan,
What was she not comfortable about?
because it talked about something that you can't talk about or is uncomfortable to talk about.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's a news report.
But then, so my response back was, I think you might be right. We'll have to find a professional actor for this.
That's great. Also, if you're not an actor, and not an actual actor, if you're on Fiverr,
dude, her non-regional diction was superb. Good evening, and breaking in of Clark County.
You could do it then.
Yeah, well,
nah, dude.
We'll play both roles.
I know that I'm going to be the chief of police.
Chief of police.
Yeah. Or you listen to me, boy. You listen to me.
Ben, no one gets through to Ben. That is,
I think that's a pretty good accent.
Okay.
Yep.
The audacity.
So I have a pet peeve I want to touch on.
Tell me.
Oh, here we go.
One of the things that annoys me the most is lottery scratch off people.
Why do you have such an issue with scratch off people?
Because A, you're wasting my time while all I want is an energy drink. Mm-hmm. And like the other day, I saw this. A woman was like, "What number are you on roll 3?" And they're like, "Oh, 3." She's like, 2 new. Roll 8. Oh, 16. Roll 32. 1. That one's new. And she went on, and then they finally go, "Oh, well." She was like, "Roll 29." And they go, "Oh yeah, that's on like 106." She's like, "Yeah, I want that one." And I was like,
"So how many cards have been sold from the roll?"
Yeah. And I'm like,
"But it's random."
Yeah, I'm like, "You're wasting my time."
What?
And also, my thing is, and people, dude, there's a woman in our town that spends $600 a day at each gas station.
How do we know that?
They've told me. She won one. She won one time over $1 million.
That's cool.
And
I can't understand the idea that it's completely luck already. So the idea that it doesn't matter whether you choose 1 or 500.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they believe that they have figured out some kind of algorithm to it.
I'm sorry if you're addicted to lottery tickets.
Well, I've often said lottery tickets wouldn't bother me if where you purchase them was separate from all the other goods.
The racetrack has like a separate area you can buy them from.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely more of a gambling problem here in the US, which is ironic because in the UK, online gambling is a big thing and it's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
I never experienced the way that you guys do things here at the gas station and stuff like that. I never would. People do it back home, but it's not like...
People are like, "Oh, the Powerball's at $3 million, you're going to buy it?" I'm like, no, because I'm not going to win.
Yeah. Billion.
Well,
like,
when it starts getting close to billion, I mean, dude. But like who you're talking about is the addictive,
the scratch. Yeah, the addictive scratch
player.
shots. Yeah, they every day go to the gas station and they get scratched.
When it starts getting close to $1 billion, it's kind of hard not to just here's $20.
Also feel like those people, from what you describe, are usually scummers.
Yeah,
they're terrible. No, they're not terrible people.
Not
I should
always.
say that, but they are. They're
people who probably
pathetic.
you'd usually think wouldn't afford to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
they could afford much more if they didn't spend all that
assuming.
money each day.
If you look back and whatever. Like
mental.
Just don't be stupid. And don't stand up there and scratch them off either. Get out of my way.
If you're a scratch card user, and you want to talk about it, call our hotline.
I'm trying to buy peanuts.
But I would love to hear about people. If you've won anything, let us know. And do you still do it? Because if I'd won something big, I'd be like, well, that was my win.
Yeah, I'd be out.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I would never buy again.
Yeah, I mean, scratch offs are never going to produce the amount of money that you give to them. Like quick picks, whatever, like that could be a payoff. But
definitely buying him some scratch cards for his birthday though.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get you 100.
$100
ones, and they're all pranks.
Yeah. So
winner,
funny story in the UK. I think I told you about this before. I thought I won on a scratch card years and years ago when I was back in the UK. I literally bought like one scratch card and I thought I'd won like £70,000 to the point where I'd phoned my mum and I was like, this is great. I've just won this, and it was so genuine. And then I read in the small print that I'd read it wrong, and I hadn't got the correct numbers. And I've never, and this is absolutely serious, I'd never gone from that high to that low that quickly. It was so surreal, and haven't ever done them since then.
Yeah,
that happened to one of my roommates in college. His Scottrade account had a glitch in it, and he woke up one day and had like $92 million in there off a penny stock.
Wow!
And he was ready to quit life.
Did he put any of that money into FTX?
He tried to pull it all out, and Scottrade was like, "We're not selling it back to you because it's wrong." And then his account went back down to being poor, and it was over.
How crazy is that stuff with that FTX guy?
Oh, dude. Yeah, he is. He's going to be in prison for a while.
I just read today that he sent to himself $1 billion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Other people's money.
Well, no, as a loan, he raised like $63 million for something. I don't remember what it was, and he raised it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was.
It was
for Ukraine.
Oh, it was for Ukraine. Yeah. And he really had just taken it from the users. There was no fundraising.
Yeah.
So here's the deal: if you get like how come it's taken so long for him to be caught?
No, because he just decided like a week and a half ago that he was running, right? That everything was fine up until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
everything was fine.
Yeah. So what happened 2 weeks ago?
Something crashed and he yanked a bunch of money out of like $1 billion, and he ran to South America and he just got arrested in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but they did just track that a stack of money was given to like this Ukrainian aid, and it was all donated within 2 weeks, very quickly, which was already strange. And then the donations immediately stopped, even though the foundation wasn't closed. And then that money they feel is like circled back. So I think it will come out that there's been some huge laundering.
Yeah,
for this specific potential party. Who knows? And wild. But
he will have a nice time in prison.
Yeah, and all of his buddies. But hey, don't give 20-year-olds billions of dollars, because they don't know what to do with the money.
No, they don't.
I wouldn't, even at this age. And I'm nearly 40, so scary times. Yeah. What else you got on your notes over there, Clayton?
Oh, I saw that. Brett's not going to want me to talk about this.
Well, there's many things that Brett wouldn't want to talk about.
I saw that a man,
oh God,
has won another beauty pageant.
Oh Jesus!
And I just want to say that women think they're so great. Why winning your pageants?
Well.
No, but seriously, how do you feel about like the athletes?
3 weeks in a row,
swimming athlete, the swimmer guy, or like people who are like they're like I'm a terrible bicyclist as a man. I'm going to go compete against women and become the national champion.
Well, I'll say this. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll say this. It doesn't affect me, so I don't have a say in it, in my opinion. However, when other people in the sport have got a problem with it, I will side with the people that I'm not side with, but I support people who have become
irritated
or upset with it that are rightfully. It's so tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
it's dangerous to talk about. I'm sorry,
it's not dangerous.
It is.
Well, here's the deal. That's not happening. The women in there, second and third place.
They just had it with the swimming. They were just stood up and they were just like. The women now in the swimmers have just been like, nah.
But recently,
we don't agree.
They've been standing by it. So you know what I say? I support. If you figured it out, go ahead. If you want to be the best woman UFC fighter, go ahead. Go ahead. I support you. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Everybody wants. You have to accept this. You have to understand this. You have to agree with it. So go ahead.
Yeah. What would you do? If
a woman.
What do you want to win?
No, if I'm gonna, dude,
what would you do if you were a woman?
Listen. Competitively speaking, I'm a competitive person. I would never want to go compete against women at a sport that would be very difficult. Like
they think they are women now.
Yeah.
So,
but for me, there's no way. Like, no.
If you were a professional athlete,
yep.
And then you decided that you were in the wrong body and you wanted to transition.
What would I want to compete against?
Would you continue competing in the sport, or would you say, I've got an advantage over these born females?
If I physically thought I was in the right, I'd go pole vaulting. Sounds like a good time. I'm really good. I'm really good with long poles. So.
Oh God. Oh God. Make a reel out of that one, guys.
Well, here's the deal. Clay would be the #1 women's disc golf thrower.
Oh, dude, disc golf? I've seen girls throw way further than
I don't think the men have much of an advantage on that.
Well, they do, if they're good at it. But I'm not good at it. So,
it's so sad that one day this desk is just going to be the two of us.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever see that that Brett's not got that anymore, it's because Clay's behind the TV.
I'm now a producer.
And not on the screen.
Yeah. We can't financially let you speak anymore.
The show's just called BC.
BC.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a good, that's not a good ring to it.
We couldn't do it without you.
No,
so
it's not a good ring to it.
We'll just be careful. Hey, yeah. Everyone's, and this is the thing, everyone's absolutely within their, I was talking about, when I said earlier on, I was talking to my friend in Australia. One of the things that we mention every time we talk to each other is how in the States, you guys are so passionate about your views. And one thing I've noticed in my travels across the world, I've always thought, like, I've never seen anywhere that's so divisive, but also where you guys feel so passionate about your views, which is a good thing. But also, keep it to yourself. Not you. I know I'm talking about. I'm talking about a lot of people. Just keep it to yourself. So in the UK, like growing up, no, but you can. So in the you could. But in the UK, dude, I didn't even know who my parents voted for. I didn't know who my friends voted for. No one spoke about it. And I think now with social media, a lot of people do.
That's how it used to be here too, though. But then we
really?
just,
why do people think that people care? People think that they.
Well, I found that if you just argue with somebody for 16 to 21 hours on TikTok, you can convert them to your political views.
Not true. They're just tired of talking to you.
Oh, dude, wild.
Yeah, it's terrible. Well, no, it is. It's terrible. I've actually gotten a lot better about arguing in general online, but every once in a while, though, actually a lot of times now, I will type something up and look at it and then be like, not worth it, and swipe. Because I just don't swipe right.
Okay,
good. You should, because it's not worth it.
No,
because
it's not worth
it. First of all, people
are stupid.
Mm-hmm. And that could include me. It could include us. And it doesn't matter. It's a stranger. Because what I've said about this from the beginning is true. People get to say that amongst their friends. And it's their friend's responsibility to either say, hey, dude, or chick, whatever, you're stupid. Shut up. Don't say that again. And that's the way it used to be. Mm-hmm. But now you get to go on and say it to hundreds, thousands, millions of people. And you're brave all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So that's the problem, dude. It's just shut up, dude. There's too much noise. Turn it off. Dude, when I see something on social media I don't want to see anymore, I do everything in my power to make it happen where I don't see anything like that again.
So I'm hoping that like a takeaway maybe from people listening to this, try to
be quiet.
Yeah, try to shut up.
Yeah,
Ivan.
Because like we're saying, like it's not that people. No one cares.
Yeah.
No. As much as you don't care about other people, they don't care about you.
I have an interesting segue. Something you and I talked about earlier today. Well, and you brought it up the other day. You know, we were talking about working out, fitness, and being in shape, and eating healthier, and all the likes, and you were like, for 40 years old, like
39.
All right, 39, almost 40, in March.
Not there yet.
You said I've never worked out. You said that, and for never working out, like I've done pretty well for myself. And then we talked about people who just let themselves go, don't take care of themselves, and they don't even care. Mm-hmm. But now all this, like, Brett, what do you think of all this body positivity? Like, where they're praising people for being unhealthy?
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, that's dumb. Yeah. That's dumb.
Especially if it's unhealthy and you kill yourself.
Because there's a point in your life where you can. And I told Ben this the other day. You said something, Brett, that made me. It was like I said to Ben, it was one of the truest things I've ever heard you say. And we were talking about, quit drinking or quit eating bad. And you said, you're not, like, when you are ready, you will do it. And if you're not ready, you won't do it. So people will go on fad diets. They'll go on 2-week diets. They'll go on 3-week diets. I'm guilty of it. I'm sure we're all guilty of it.
Sure.
But until you are ready, you can't make yourself better. But then you see these people who are just getting morbidly obese, and everybody's like, oh, kings, queens, you're doing so great. And it's like,
but the person saying that is also 80 pounds.
Yeah, but that's mental illness. Like, I mean, I've always said, like, motivation gets you to the gym, discipline keeps you there.
Yeah.
Same thing with diets, whatever, but the fact that you can be like, I'm like obese to the point that I'm facing heart disease, and then they'd be like, you just do you, queen or a king or whatever. Dude, that's stupid. You do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, but don't demand praise for being,
Everybody wants praise for being stupid.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
So just shut up.
Hey, if it was any of us, like, hey, man, I tell you now, if you're over 300 pounds, or don't come at me if you're 300 pounds, but if you ever get to 300 pounds as one of my closest friends, I'm going to tell you, I will have already told you, sort your shit out.
Yeah. Well,
and at no point am I going to be stood there going, oh, you're a king. You're killing yourself. And sort it out.
And there's another thing, too, is we are all at this moment in time going to the gym and working out and trying to better ourselves. When was the last time you took a mirror selfie at the gym?
Nope.
Yeah, dude.
Because I don't care. Yeah. I don't care, but I also don't care for anyone else to care.
No, I don't want people. Dude, I would rather hang out with you and you'd be like, oh, you look way better than force people to look at me.
I like the idea of people thinking. I will say that I like the idea that people are feeling good about themselves and they want to take the pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
But my personality,
no,
and our personalities aren't those people.
No. Well, but I will say, yeah. I mean, listen, a before and after or a progress picture is different.
That is different.
And also, in the gym pictures are different. If you're competing, that's different too.
That's different too.
Like if you're a competitor, any type of like bodybuilder or power lifter, that's acceptable. If your name's Mark and you work in accounting and you're posting a picture of your gym pump, get away from me.
Mark, sort it out.
Yeah,
dude.
Mark, shut up.
Get yourself
together. You're late on the emails. So
yeah. I mean, that's one
of the things that annoys me the most about the gym I go to right now, dude. I go there at 6 p.m. in the afternoon. We spoke about this the other day. Like, go there at 6 p.m. There's a bunch of kids in there that are like 16, 17, 18 years old, and they're just sat there on their phones. And by the time I'm done with my entire workout, 45 minutes maybe, they're still on the same seat, on the same bench. They've maybe done one set, and it's like, shove off, mate.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, dude.
Mental.
People are
guys. You've got some takeaways from this episode today.
Well, I'm lucky that to have my brother has a gym, and I don't have to deal with that anymore because my head would explode. Yeah, I could. Sure. I mean, so like
the other morning at my gym, a guy I was working out arms, and he was working out arms, and he took 3 machines. Yeah, like he moved. Get
out of it, Chad.
He moved his curling machine closer to the other machine, and he had like all 3 that I wanted to use like to him.
That's an alpha move right there.
I was like, what are you doing? So I made do, and I figured out other workouts because I know what. But dude,
next time fight him.
Yeah, well, he's really big and he looks slow. I feel like he just crushed me like Hodor.
Easy. Don't break the table, mate. It's brand new.
Yeah, dude.
He's Hodor me.
That's 4 layers of polyurethane.
Dude, we paid $10,000 for. I mean, you made it.
yeah, that's it.
I like all the tape on your leg over there. Lots of tape.
Leave his legs alone.
I've worked hard.
It's Friday night. It's what have we got going on this weekend? We're shooting tomorrow.
Grand style, yeah.
Nice. Sunday's day of.
I feel like I have something Sunday, but I don't know.
I was gonna play. This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
We're not set up yet, dude. We need a producer. Still working on that. We'll get
Patch is just fighting us.
Well, move closer, Patch. You can have it.
Boom. You want this, Patch?
You know you want it, Patch.
You know you want it. You know you want to live closer to us. We're more fun.
If you're a producer local to us and want to be in this position until Patch is ready, hit us up.
Yeah.
Preferably male.
Good save. And also, if you have producer in your Instagram handle, don't bother sending anything in.
We want somebody.
If you have to
hashtag producer life,
dude. If you have to tell us that you're the thing that you are,
you're not good at it.
See ya.
Well, it's like copywriting your images. Hey, here's a photography tip for you. It doesn't matter if you're an amateur, beginner, or professional selling $20,000 pieces. Don't put a copyright across your image. No one's stealing your photo, Karen.
Don't put a watermark.
Oh, yeah, copyright. Watermark.
Yeah, watermark, dude.
That's what I meant.
We used to do that.
We all did it. Yeah. We all did it. And then I realized all these really good photographers that I follow that are like, that were what I would aspire to, didn't do it. And I thought, you know why? Because no one's stealing their images. Yeah. And if someone does steal your image,
dude,
don't care.
If a person's putting watermarks on their images, they absolutely have like internationally published or something stupid in their bio.
Well, here's the deal, though. I agree. But that one account that I follow, emo goat mom.
Oh, not Jessie.
Not Jessie.
Oh,
she lives out west. She went to like University of Florida and graduated there for video production. But she does a lot of photos and video out west. Mm-hmm. And one of her images, a magazine took it and used it and the backlash that they got for using it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cash in.
It almost shut the magazine out there down. Yeah. But
let them take it.
Yeah,
and then sue them.
Yeah, be like.
But regular Joe blogs.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, also, if you're putting watermarks on your images, they're probably not good enough for people to want to steal.
Correct. Yeah, and also, if I really wanted to steal it, I can remove the watermark.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
In fact, send us your photos with watermarks on it and watch me remove it.
If you are hashtag internationally published, anything like that,
master photographer,
get over yourself because there are a lot of people better than you.
Yep.
A lot.
This is master photographer Dean.
If you show up to a freaking event and you're like, I'm a master photographer.
You were told that by this guy?
Yes.
He told you that?
Yes.
And when his apprentice, his assistant showed up, partner, whatever, he was like, here's the other master photographer showing up. Let me use my flash for every shot.
Yeah,
outdoors sunset.
One thing I really enjoy as a professional photographer, and I'm saying that to emphasize on the professional side, is when you show up to somewhere with less camera gear and people go, don't you need more gear? And I go, nope, because I know what I'm doing with what I've got. I don't need to bring more stuff.
Yeah. And that's
if I need to bring it, then what's really, sorry, if you were going to, in fact, go, because we might be talking about the same thing.
Well, what I was going to say for video, it's like, it's sort of like not opposite, but like our cameras are so powerful and they're
mighty
and they can be small. So,
that's what she said.
But like if you show up with just like the Sony, like A7 IV, A1, and it doesn't have a cage on it with a monitor and a mic, people are like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, but,
exactly what I was going to mention.
Yeah, but like, you know, you could, so it's almost sometimes perception is reality as much as I hate 100%. That term.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to deck it out to sell.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. If you're looking for jobs from a videographer / photographer standpoint, if you're out there trying to find jobs and you're wondering why people aren't taking you seriously, it can come down to the gear, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter how good your production is, how good your video is or photo. Sometimes people want to see a red on set, or they want to see an ARRI on set. And if you show up with a Sony, even though you can do just as good work potentially with it, they don't care. We've had this 100 times.
Yeah. I love our Sonys. Our Sonys produce, and I mean, if you're following the rules, if you're following the 180 rule, and you're the shutter speed, and all that, and you're using ND filters, like you're gonna get something good, right? Yeah. I love shooting on reds, but I also love we are learning so much about our Sonys now that when we use our old Sonys, A7S2. I'm like, how did we survive
this new Alpha line? I mean, they're so powerful.
Yeah,
they're so powerful.
When we were doing a wedding and we set up the A7S2 just for the ceremony, and I was losing my mind with how terrible it was. Everything was awful about it. I was like, how did we batteries, the bit rate, everything. And you're just like. And we were producing these really, I mean, good films on them. Yeah. But now looking back, I probably couldn't produce the quality I did then with that same camera because we're so spoiled with what we have now.
Definitely.
Think of where we'll be. I mean, just the Alpha line. Yeah. But also, I mean, we spoke about this, I think, maybe last week, a couple of weeks ago. Mirrorless cameras, especially right now, in fact, all cameras have come so far. Yeah. Pete McKinnon the other day mentioned about how when he bought his 5D Mark II, his Canon 5D Mark II, how much it cost him. And off the cuff here, I'm thinking maybe 24 megapixel sensor, maybe a little bit more. And this camera was maybe $4,000, and all it did was stills. Yep. It didn't do video. You weren't using it for video. It didn't do any of that. No. And it's just like, how did that cost that much? And now we've got these capable cameras that are costing $2,500, $1,800 for $2,000. You can get an outstanding camera nowadays.
Yeah.
There's really no reason for anyone to be not.
People will always come to you and say, "What's your recommendation? I want to get a camera. I want to get."
Oh my god!
And you're like, the A7S4 or A7 IV, and they're like, "Oh, that's too much money." I'm like, "That's."
Dude, I used to on my website. I used to have a blog that was dedicated for people asking me what camera should I get, and I'd go to my blog and read the blog because I think I've taken it down since then. I could put it back up if anybody is interested in it. But the first question it said, budget. Yeah. Because if you come to me and say, "What camera do you recommend?" I'll go, "Oh, an ARRI."
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm gonna recommend.
What are you talking about? $80,000, and then you want to get yourself a nice set of cinema lenses. Let's look at 120 grand potentially.
Yeah.
Nice rig. Oh no, that's out of my budget. Well, what's your budget? $2,000. Well, now things are different.
You know what? When people ask me, do you know what their budget is?
$500.
Yeah, $600 is like the average budget. They're like,
okay,
what can I get for $600? I'm like, well, there's a great point and shoot.
I mean, dude,
for $600 right now, I'd go Fuji lineup, and I'd go for an old XT model with some nice Fuji glass, and that'd be for stills. That's all I'd run, or an old X Pro.
Yeah.
Well, and it's the same thing. Like,
I want to do great video and photo,
but it's the same thing. Yeah,
for $500.
There you go. Yeah, that it's always what's aggravating about that question is that there's always a but. You know, well, but and it's the same thing with working out when, like, you know, people ask you, well, like, it's either what are you taking, like what supplements are you taking? Well, it's called consistency or whatever. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. There's always
put me on blast because I asked him about supplements.
No, dude, I'm just saying, like, it's always people are asking for the shortcuts.
Right.
In fact,
that mine was health also.
Well, what?
Want to be healthy?
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about you, dude.
So, no, I'm saying that people that may be one of why people ask those questions, maybe for health as well.
No, but like I'm not talking about like supplements like fish oil. I'm talking about like testosterone, or steroids, or what people want. People want the shortcut. In fact, my example is someone asked me, "Hey, what camera do you have?" And I told them I had a Sony. Fast forward month, maybe 2 months. Hey, I got that Sony that you have. How come I can't get it to look like yours?
Oh, God.
So, I mean, but that's it, dude. I mean, because it's people that want to work less. They want a shortcut for everything. Yep. But what we have to, I think, where we're in the position to, but see, like in mine, I wasn't, because the question was vague. It was just, what kind of camera do you have?
Right.
But you can tell people to get for $500, get a camera.
Yeah.
Get that camera. That's fine. But learn these things.
Yeah.
Learn these things. Learn composition. Learn, you know, editing, and learn. You know,
there's so much rule of thirds, editing.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you guys have had it a bunch of times. How many times have people said, "Look, you've shown them the back of your camera, and they've gone, your camera takes really good pictures."
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it does?
Dude.
Good. Let me leave it here then, and you can continue to shoot with the camera itself.
My blood boils. Blood boils.
I won't. My responses now are aggressive.
Not even that, dude. When they say,
I've been known to take people by the throat.
when they say what? No. The one thing that makes me want to just put my head through a cement wall and end it all is when somebody says, "What filter did you use?"
Yeah, dude. Filters, dude.
That's
those are cool, man.
Visco.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, what filter do you use? What's your favorite filter? What's your favorite filter? What filter did you? Oh, or when they say, "Hey, can you send me the raw photos without your filter?"
Not doing it.
Yeah, I'll do it because it's gonna look like doggy dude
for money.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm gonna sell it to you instead.
One of our clients just did that recently.
Good luck. That's what well, when we first started doing it, when people wanted raw, like me, I think we were a little bit timid about like, but then it's now like, good luck. Here, take it and see if you can get what we get.
It's not worth the
have fun.
now.
They're like, "Oh yeah, can we get the raw video?" I'm like, "Enjoy S-Log."
Yeah, and that's another thing. We film in S-Log for weddings, and like people are like, "Well, can I see that?" Or we show them, we're like, "Why doesn't it look like that?"
People are saying, "What's S-Log?"
Because that's why you're paying us what you're paying us,
right?
So we can make it great.
Yeah,
anyway,
there's an awful lot.
Bit of flex.
When you're hiring a photographer or a videographer, I say this all the time to people, because you look at like prices, say for a wedding, you look at maybe $4,000 for a wedding, and people go, "That's a lot of money." It's really not a lot of money when you're looking at it. My idea is, we've done weddings for an awful long time. Me more so photography, you guys a lot of video and also photography as well. But like, one of the only things that you're taking away from that wedding is your photos and videos and a dress you're never going to wear again. The only thing that you're using again and again and again at that wedding is the photos and the video. So if you want to cheap out on it, oh, dude, then go for it. I hate the idea, and I've had it happen. People have said your prices are a bit too high, and I've gone down to the lowest mark I could get down with someone, and they turn around and said, "I still can't afford it." I've actually gone a cheaper option. Fast forward a few months, I see their photos online. They're horrific. I know. And then I've had them reach out to me and say, "We wish we'd spent the money."
Yeah, sure.
And it breaks my heart, because I wish I could have said less money, although I could have potentially had a job. Time is money. But also tens of thousands of gear. Tens of thousands of hours in learning this. We've all been doing this for 10 plus 15 years each, all this kind of stuff. It goes on. I'd really love if people have any questions for photography. Like I would love for us to have an open mic session where people are asking questions about photo and video and that kind of stuff.
Let's do it. Actually, our email address is up right now. If you have questions about any type of production, send it in. Email us, and if you want to get featured on the podcast, make it a video message, and we'll play it, and we'll answer your questions.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So written email is fine. We were going to bring this up, but this came up naturally, which I love. So, written email, we'll answer them too, but video message, we'll play them on here. Yeah. And cool. answer your questions.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people. We just did a wedding, Lindsay and I, that they spent $17,000 on their flowers.
Yeah, that's wild.
Flowers die.
Yeah.
But and the
so
argument,
does your soul.
Clay, do you remember when we were first starting doing video and the constant problem that we would run into would be photographers telling the bride and groom, well, listen, you can't carry around a DVD with you or a VHS with you. I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
No, it was. Yeah.
But
these photos are on your wall.
On your wall.
The video,
right.
yeah.
The video is going to stay in the DVD sleeve.
Like,
well, now, guess what it's on? It's on your phone and on Instagram.
Check
and so the fact that there's not much anymore, but there used to be kind of a stigma of you need to pay more for a photographer and less for video. Mm-hmm. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, you definitely should be paying
especially
more for
when
video.
you get a cinematic video. For me,
a film.
I want a film.
Yeah.
I don't want clips of the day. I want a film. I went to that wedding 2 weeks ago, and I took my video camera there, and I took some really nice shots of people there, and I just wanted it to be a real short cinematic film.
Yeah,
to show them, and it wasn't anything more.
Yeah,
and I had a really good time with that. So
yeah, no, that turned out good, especially when you weren't even there to do that. But like, yeah, that's what's in now. Like when I think I filmed my first wedding, like when I was 15, and it was very much here's bridemaid one walking down the aisle, and it would be 40 minutes, and dude, that's not the same anymore. When you can put a lot of effort and make it 6 minutes and make it into a story, tell the story like cinematically, dude, that has to be what you want. And if you don't want that, you don't want us.
I will give one tip. If you guys are getting videos done and photos done and putting them up on Facebook and just expecting Facebook to be a online sharing platform for you to keep your stuff, with the whole Twitter thing that's going on at the moment, you never know if something shuts down.
Yeah, dude.
Don't leave stuff on there and expect that that's going to be safe. Always have backups of that stuff. I had a couple recently reach out to me and said that they no longer had these images that I took for them. Do I still have them? It was like a year and a half ago. Thankfully, I still had the images for them, but it scared me for them that they didn't have them anymore. And it was like there was a pinnacle photo shoot that we did for the young child. So back stuff up, and also don't just have it on sticks and stuff like that. Like get prints. Yeah. I miss seeing prints on walls. I think for the past few years, for your birthday, I've got you a print. Yeah, like because I love physical photos of people. I'm going to plug myself real quick. I'm going to put the link in there. I got featured in that Fuji. I'm a huge Fuji fan.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Fuji Passion, which is a Fuji website, reached out to me because I shoot Fuji stuff, and they interviewed me. And I'll put the link in the video down or in the description so you guys can see it because I'm kind of proud of it.
Should be.
But like I love stuff like that, and those pictures I shared on there that are printed and stuff like that. And I love physical art, the print. I hate the idea that people do it just for online, dude, just for Facebook.
Dude, the people that go to IKEA and buy the generic
horrible. Get your own printed. And guess what? It's cheaper. You can do your own cheaper. But my biggest takeaway is this. Would you still want those pictures if it wasn't sharing them online for likes and comments? Have them for you and for your memories, not for... when I went to South Carolina the other day, I didn't take any pictures. And I thought, why didn't I take any pictures? And I'm like, what am I taking them for? Well, my wife did a really great job of taking like general pictures, and I'm like, I'm not posting anything because I'm not doing it for likes and comments. Like I just want to take it all in for me.
Yeah,
have those pictures on your walls for you. Don't do it for everybody else for likes and comments on Facebook. It drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
But hey, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, go back and watch our last ones. If you may have come across this one and thought, this might be the first episode that you've seen. I want to go back and I want to see some other ones. We've spoke about some other stuff. This has been a really fun episode to read. Or to speak of. I can't even spit out my right words. This has been really, really good fun. I think it's been really productive. Go back and listen to our other ones if you haven't seen them. We've also got a bunch of reels up. We're going to have some vlogs going up recently. There's the competition for the watch. Go and win that watch. Someone's going to win it. It's a $400 watch.
Or the barrel for the...
Or the barrel from Arc Division. There's an awful lot of stuff going on.
Well, this is what we said early on, is that this is... what happened today is what we want this podcast to be.
Exactly that.
Dude, like... exactly what happened today is what I think we all want, and it's going to be it's a little bit of fun, a little bit of serious stuff, and whatever comes up organically. I mean, we have notes and stuff, but like that's the goal here, is to keep just hanging out.
And we would love a lot of like questions. Like we're very versed people.
I don't think we've been asked one question.
No, we haven't been asked one question, but we're very versed people. Brett has a really incredible background in police work, in being a detective and everything he's done, negotiations. Ben's done photography all over the world. He's traveled a lot of places because he was in England, and there's a lot of interesting things about his past and his work that he's done and the people he knows. I was a pilot.
We're gonna party.
Oh God. Sorry, I screwed it up.
I went to Fire I went to Fire Academy. I went to EMT school. I got a degree in something I'd barely use. Like
we've got answers.
Yeah, we have a lot of things. So, if you have any questions about anything,
Blanket. The email address is back up. We want to answer questions, and we're probably going to make a segment of if it gets traction, video messages in, and we'll play them and we'll talk about them. We just don't want to get too late night TV show host with you guys because we don't want it. We're not that. We're just hanging out, and we're hopefully that you find a small amount of entertainment with us and some educational stuff. But we were saying the other day, like there's so many like people that have reached out to us and love watching. I mean, my friends Robbie and Betsy sit down and watch it every night that it comes out, and that's so cool to me. Like so,
hi,
yeah. Hi.
Ben and I were walking to the pizza place, and them downstairs he runs by and goes, "Is that what he thought?"
Hey, is that the bro, the Brit, the cop, or is it Ben, Brett, and Clay?
Yeah, I mean, that's so cool. So we want to take what we get in private, like the messages we get in private, love it, doing great. Come on here, do it, and we'll feature it. So we're trying to, elevate our.
I was going to say, I was just sorry to interject. This is our Friday night. Like we're not at the pub. Or the bar, we'll go home to our wives. But like, this is our Friday night. This is what we do. We hang out. We with each other all week.
Yeah.
We hold conversations off because we want to talk about it with you guys. Yeah. As much as you guys aren't interjecting now, when you guys reply, that's when you're becoming part of our conversation, and it's just like a delay, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna do a video of what we see. We're gonna throw it up on the screen.
It is weird. I will tell you this while you're doing that. It's weird that the cameras have changed because I don't know where to look now.
Yeah.
Like I used to. Like I got used to.
We switched seats because we were like the bro should be on the left. If you're reading left or right, it's in order now.
So it's fine. I kind of I like. I've been known to be the power left. So
at least you're not the power bottom. What does that mean?
How do you? And how
no
do you
clue.
know?
I've never done that before.
I heard about it once.
But how do you know I'm not?
You told me once when I was at your house and I was drunk.
Oh. I don't know.
What?
We're going to party. Party hardy.
I just want to take some pictures. That was a terrible impression.
Thank you, guys.
I'm good at some
take some pictures.
I think that's a wrap.
Okay.
That is a wrap,
Well,
man.
so listen, we've been told that we don't say this enough, and we should have started with it and we didn't. But we really need you to like, subscribe, and comment on these videos. Please, please, please. And please tell your friends about it. We need to gain traction. The more traction we get, the more we can give back to you guys. Like the more we can do big giveaways. And we say this every week. Yeah. But like we do have big things planned, and they're coming to fruition. So it just takes time. And
listen, people tell us this all the time. We need to say it more. We should have said it in the beginning. But you need to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Because we need your comments and your likes because we enjoy what we do, and we have a lot of things coming out, a lot of things coming to fruition.
Guys, one of the main things you guys need to do is like, comment, and subscribe. And I don't think we ever talk about it enough.
No,
we should probably mention it at the beginning. And the main reason for that is, but all jokes aside, I hate asking people to like, comment, subscribe.
I know, but
people with millions of followers do.
Yeah,
we only have like 70.
Because here's the deal.
So
there's two types of people. There's two types of people. And I'm guilty of being one of them. Like some people just don't think about doing it.
Yeah.
I just recently started subscribing to people.
Yeah. So what we need to do.
He had number 2.
Huh?
What's the second type of person?
Yeah. There's some people that will be like, you asked me to subscribe. I'm not.
We don't want you to listen.
Don't listen if you're that person.
Yeah. No, and the reason for it is this. And I know we've tried finishing a few times. Support friends and support local business and support that stuff like that. And
what you just said, I always have difficulty finishing. So
terrible. Hey guys, we should have said it at the beginning.
Like,
comment,
dude. Somebody has said
should have said subscribe. Dude,
we set it up.
Ruined it.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah.
Yes.
We said it from the beginning.
But hold on.
No, I'm not doing it again.
But hold on, dude. I want to bring up something that people say to us. People say to us that we don't say it enough, and that's like, comment. Just kidding, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Do the contest. It's going to be, when you see this, you're only have a couple days left.
Yep.
So this will be Monday.
So, yeah. So,
dude, your husband could have a $400 watch. He could be walking around looking like a boss.
And it is those are nice watches. Yeah, they're great watches. So do that.
They're really nice watches. Oh, wait for the outtakes of when we did that video.
We are going to release the outtakes, and
we cried.
It's ridiculous because
we did cry.
because of this big old goober over here.
It wasn't my fault.
It kind of was.
Also, I have a hyena laugh. So
yep. Anyway,
he said yes.
No, you don't have a hyena laugh. You have a very comical laugh, and everyone enjoys it.
Yeah, your laugh is toxic.
As long as it makes toxic.
No, like not toxic. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Not toxic, but
you're talking about
intoxicating. It makes me laugh. Your laugh makes me laugh because it's a good laugh.
Yeah,
it's like a very intoxicating, not toxic.
There's a better word.
There is a better word. I can't remember.
I hope so because toxic sounds dangerous.
Hey guys, put it in the comments the word that we're talking about, and we'll send you nothing. But
we'll
anyway,
send you a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah. All right. Catch you on the flippity flop.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We should have said that at the beginning.